Hi, this is Farmer George, and we just continue on from the next video where we will make another Trav-To course from here, wood chip. Start course recording, and we're going to stay hopefully on the left hand side of the road. And putting in cross points as we go down. So if for some reason we only want to travel from the wood chip to the shop, we can actually well, to the sales shop, we can do that. Then it can turn off. We haven't created a course in there. We can't do that yet because if we stop recording this one, that's the end of this course, and one in here as well. However, let's say just for the sake of logistics, time wise and everything else, we want to buy another one of these what do they call these things? I know it's a mod. Conveyor belts. I keep thinking something else. I keep calling it an escalator in my head. Back, I don't want that. There it is. I bet you I've bought something, haven't I? Okay. Yeah, there it is. So now we'll just pause the course. In fact, no, we'll drive up a little bit further. Still recording. So there, I'm going to pause the course there. So now it's not recording. I'm going to drive backwards a little bit into here. I'm going to take off my rear weight. Carefully turn the tractor around and reconnect the weight to the front, because we want to keep it with us anyway. Plus, we will need it as ballast for that. Although the front shovel should work. Oh my god, I bet you this doesn't have a front attachment. It doesn't, does it? Oh dear, that wasn't good. So I can't bring my weight with me. Could do it on the next journey. I can't get it in the thing. The idea was, what I was going to do, if this vehicle had had a stuck on the fence now. If the vehicle had had a front mount to pick up the weight, I mean, I could still do it. I could still take this down to the bio facility where we're going now, you see. Then we've got two of them down there. It's not a totally wasted journey then. What we'll do is we'll balance our spade out there. We're back on the spot where we was. We'll set the record going again, and now, regardless of the fact that we've just been in the yard and messed about, it'll just record as though nothing's happened. Although we are a little bit front end light. Mistake. Back up one. And back up a bit more. To there. Just a second, my wife wants me for something. Okay. I'll be there in a bit. So what we're going to do is set recording again, and then we'll put a cross point here just in case, even from that short distance, we wanted to go cross point to there. In fact, did we set one for that gate? I'm sure we did. Doesn't really matter because they're so close together, you know. But that one would turn into there. So all we've got to do now is think of all the possible points we want to do cross points from. So then later stage in the game, if we then buy this field and we want to come from the shop to the field, we can use the cross point course. Maybe all this is confusing to you straight out of the gate here, until you can actually see it operating. Then you're going to go, ah, I see, said the blind man, and you will understand. So we'll put a cross point here for this lane to turn into that farmyard and that field just about there, and we'll also put one just about here where we will turn away into that lane there. We still haven't finished though. It won't stop there until you make a little stop course like we did in the wood chip bay, and it just needs to be a short start, waypoint, and then stop, so that when you send it from the wood chip to there, it will go, you just combine them two courses, sorry, a start, a cross point, then a in fact in many cases it will leave the cross point course and join a course without a cross point on it, but it's best to have a cross point on the course that you go into as well. Just here have a cross point where you would turn left, and then if there's a vehicle coming out of this Herefordshire road, it would join the cross point here. So you might have the course coming out of that road turning right. We want to go left, so if you wanted to go left, you will do it. In fact, you could put cross points at all of these points along the road, even this crossroads, and you could effectively make the guy go round and round and round this central field, which just has a, you can see that's how big it is, the field number 10 in the minimap, and you can just go round and round field 10 just using the cross points. So if you wanted to turn, oh, hang about, we've missed one. So we'll stop the course recording, back up the course, put the course back on. We want to cross point. The light hasn't come on, so we're still free to roll backwards and forwards here, and we want a cross point here if we wanted to turn into that field, which is quite a reasonably good potential that we might want to do that, because I own that field and I might want to bring stuff from the store or take it directly to sale point and come back to that field. Cross point here for things, for vehicles turning left, cross point here for vehicles turning right, and then a cross point here for this field on the right hand side, boom there, one for the left about there, and you'll see once you get using them whether or not it's feasible to put it before the junction just like this here, in the middle there, or at the end, depending on whether you're coming out of that field and going left or right. So arguably, when you're driving this course, you'll take no notice of where the conveyor belt's going. You could have another point here. We've got one cross point for turning in to that field, but just only a few feet up past the gate we have another one if you're coming out of that gate and going to the bio facility. So it's not complicated once you actually get playing it, and you'll see what I mean. You can actually just do it with one cross point, but it'll turn awkwardly and it'll get stuck, and you know, there'll be all sorts of things that don't work as well as they should do. That isn't a cross point there because there's not those houses there. We don't obviously go to them. it would be nice to have a little bit of a Sims thing going on and be able to live in one of the houses or any of the houses. And then we could have integrated Euro truck where they come and pick up the crop and take it to sale point. Integrated games on cross-platform, so people on you know, Xbox who are playing Euro Truck, or people who are on Xbox playing Farming Simulator, and people who are on PCs could all cross-platform. They can at the moment using Windows 10, but mainly even if you've just got the PC version Steam, you could be driving Euro Truck and calling at somebody's farm, which is only shows up on the map when they're actually playing online, and it could highlight on the server that their farm is a stop-off point, and when they've got stuff ready for pickup, they could put it up on the market and they'd have to pay for it to be delivered or sent away, and then upon delivery they get paid, and obviously if they take that load down, then they pay a penalty. So turning into the forest on the left, you would probably have a waypoint there. Coming out, you would probably have a waypoint as you're leaving the forest if you want to go up to the bio facility there. Turning into this lane, I'll just put one opposite, mainly because it's got the width of the road to decide which way it's going to turn. It's only going to turn right, to be honest with you. The width of the road to turn, I mean, because it could be turning right off this road down that lane, or it could be turning right out of the lane, but it's still got the width of the road. And these things you'll gain with experience. And don't forget, I've been playing Farming Simulators games literally ever since they came out. In fact, at least since 2000, and not just Farming Simulators, I mean, I'm talking John Deere Farmer and things like that. I'll only just put one here. I hope I just had a sort of like a deja vu, as though I'd maybe put a waypoint back down on the road somewhere back there. I hope I haven't. It's because I'm talking to you, it's your fault. The thing is, when you're doing these types of courses, you really need to concentrate. Sometimes I talk to myself, so I'm talking to myself now really, because nobody's listening at this point because I'm only making a video. But the point is, when you talk to yourself, you actually talk yourself through the task that you're completing. So here, just to concentrate about this particular thing, we will need a cross point, then we will need a waypoint, which is what I'd missed off the other course, then we will need a stop point. Now, the reason why I pull in like this is because I assume when I'm coming in with other types of vehicles, this vehicle isn't going to be here, but then I also take a wider berth around this vehicle if there is anything stood here, if I'm delivering to that plate over there. So now we're going to call this one wood chip to bio, just like we called the last one, and we'll have a look at the last course. And I called it something like bio. We can also have a different folder as well for cross courses. Internal plots. I wonder how that other vehicle's getting on. I can't see that course we just made. Let's hope it's saved properly. Anyway, I'll just make this one. We'll call this course wood chip number 2, that means just to bio, small w with x point plural, with X points. So that's just about it for this video. One thing I'll just tag on here is about creating a separate folder for your courses. So you could create all the X-Point courses in the same folder, and I'll show you how to make that folder now. Not that this is basically a tutorial or anything, I just thought I'd call this capital X. We want X points folder, or X points courses. It's crossing points really, X. Crossing points courses. Okay. Yeah, that's all we can do with it. Crossing points courses. So we'll save that. And then I think I showed you a couple of videos ago when I was moving files from one, from let's say like the top of the menu into other folders, or you can move courses between folders as well. I don't do that too often because I usually get it right the first time. But we have to wait patiently for this to save that course. The next thing of course to do would be to make a game save, but before we do that, let me find these courses. The one called wood chips should be at the bottom. Wood chip to shop, no, wood chip to buy with X points. So there's a folder here, the third one along. Move to folder, you click that, then it'll show you your three courses. So X crossing points courses, and then we'll click on this little folder icon and it'll turn red. Then it'll stay red for like ages and ages and ages, and all that's doing is it's still copying and moving the file folder over to the next point. So we'll leave this here. I've got one more to move over there as well, but that's it for this video. We'll just wait till it goes from red to white, and you can see that it's worked. In this cross points folder now, if we open it, we can either open it that way or another way. We've got wood chip points there, and the other course we wanted was called bio something, and it's in there somewhere. I'm sure I haven't lost it, but I will find it. Right, that's it for this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.